You want to turn your life around in 6 months, good. But before you add anything new, before you chase the next hack, the next course, the next big move, you have to do the one thing almost nobody has the balls to do: burn the damn boats. The first 60 days of this plan aren't about building up. They're about stripping everything back to zero, because you can't build a skyscraper on a foundation of garbage. Month 1 and 2 are demolition season. You sit down with a pen, a piece of paper, and zero mercy. You audit every single area of your life like a ruthless inspector looking for cracks. Friends list, who makes you weaker the second you leave the room. Gone. Apps on your phone, which ones steal hours and give nothing back. Deleted. Bank statements, where does the money actually go every month? Cut it cold. Habits, porn, weed, late night scrolling. 6 packs on Friday, just one more. Anything, if it keeps you soft, broke, or distracted, it dies right there on the spot. This isn't punishment, this is liberation. Every weak friend you keep is an anchor, every useless app is a chain. Every dollar you piss away on bull shit is a brick you'll never lay in your new life. Most men skip this step because it hurts. They want to add discipline on top of a life that's already poisoned. Doesn't work. You don't put premium fuel in an engine full of sugar water and expect it to run clean. I've done this 3 times in my life. Each time it felt like cutting off limbs, lost friends who've been around for years, deleted social media for months, sold the TV, the gaming console, the clothes I didn't need, went full monk mode while everyone called me extreme, and every single time, within 30 days, the fog lifted. Energy came roaring back, focus sharpened like a blade, money stopped disappearing, because I finally stopped leaking power in 100 directions and started collecting it. You have to get savage about it. Block the numbers, delete the accounts, throw the junk food in the trash and pour dish soap on it so you can't fish it out at 2 a.m. Tell the friends straight up, I'm on a different path now. Some will respect it. Most will hate it. Doesn't matter. Your job isn't to keep everyone comfortable. Your job is to become the man you keep promising yourself you'll be, and here's what nobody tells you. The second you start cutting, space opens up. Mental space, physical space, financial space, time you didn't know you had, energy you forgot you owned. That space is rocket fuel. Without it, nothing else in this 6-month plan works. You'll just be another guy adding new habits on top of a rotting foundation and wondering why you still feel stuck. So starting tomorrow, you have 30 days to go full scorched earth. No half measures. No, I'll keep this one friend who drags me down. No, I'll just use Instagram for 10 minutes. Total war on weakness. Write the kill list tonight. Execute it at 5 a.m. Feel the pain, feel the fear. Feel the emptiness when the noise finally stops. That emptiness is where your new life begins. Strip it all back to zero, or stay exactly where you are forever. You've burned the boats, the garbage is gone, the anchors are cut. Now the real work starts. Months 1 through 3 are where most men quit, because this is where you stop talking about discipline and you start living it every single day with zero mercy. This is where you install the daily non-negotiables, the 5 a.m. stack that turns an average guy into a different species in 90 days flat. Every morning before the world gets a vote, you do 4 things in this exact order: no skips, no weekends off, no I'll make it up tomorrow. Miss 1 day in the entire 6-month clock resets to 0. That's the rule, that's the price. First, 5 a.m. wake up. Alarm hits, feet on the floor, no snooze, no phone, no negotiation. You swing out of bed like the house is on fire because your old life is burning and you're not going back. Second, 60 minutes of hard physical training. Doesn't matter if it's weights, running, rucking, body weight, whatever makes you breathe like you're drowning and muscles scream for mercy. This isn't for vanity. This is for identity. You're forging a body that obeys when the mind says go. No gym, use the floor. No equipment, use your own weight. No excuses. Third, 30 minutes of deep learning locked in, no distractions. 1 high-income skill, 1 book, 1 course that moves the needle on money or power. Phone on airplane mode, headphones in, pen in hand. You're not reading for fun. You're arming yourself for the war you just declared on average. Fourth, 30 minutes of pure money-making action. Cold outreach, building the offer, writing the copy, posting the content, shipping the product. Whatever your chosen skill demands today. No planning, no researching, no watching another tutorial. Action that puts dollars in motion, that's 2 hours total. 120 minutes before 7 a.m. that separate you from 99% of men still asleep or scrolling. Do it once and it hurts. Do it 90 times and it becomes who you are. The 5 a.m. stack isn't a routine. It's a daily vote for the man you're becoming. Every rep, every page, every message sent is another brick in the fortress. I've lived this stack for years. Days when the body was wrecked, days when the bank account was negative, days when the world was falling apart. The alarm hit and the stack happened anyway, because the stack doesn't care how you feel. The stack doesn't negotiate. The stack is the standard, and the standard never drops. 90 days in you'll wake up and realize something terrifying. You don't recognize the old you anymore. Your mornings own you now. Your energy is different. Your eyes look different. People start asking what happened because they can feel the shift across the room. That's the compound effect of 2 hours a day when everyone else was negotiating with weakness. And the best part, once the stack is locked in, everything else in this 6-month plan becomes easy. The skills stack faster. The money stacks faster. The circle upgrades itself because winners smell the discipline on you and gravitate. But none of it happens until the 5 a.m. stack becomes non-negotiable. Starting tomorrow, you set the alarm for 5 a.m. and you treat it like a loaded gun pointed at the old you. You execute the stack or you restart the entire 6 months. No in between. 2 hours every morning for 90 days. That's the price of a new life. Pay it or stay broke. You've got the foundation clean and the 5 a.m. stack locked in like clockwork. Now months 2 through 4 are where the rubber meets the road and average dies for good. This is where you stop learning for Instagram likes and start stacking 2 things that actually move the needle: skills and cash. The rule is simple and brutal. Pick one high-income skill, master it like a maniac, and turn it into money within 60 days. Everything else is noise. Most guys scatter. They dabble in 10 things, watch 100 tutorials, call it learning, and wonder why they're still broke. Winners pick one weapon and sharpen it until it cuts through anything. Sales, copywriting, coding, trading, closing, content that converts. Pick the one that makes you a little sick with excitement and a little scared you might fail. That's the right one. From the second you choose, you treat it like oxygen. Every spare minute outside the 5 a.m. stack goes into it. You study the greats reverse, engineer what works, practice in the dark when nobody's watching. You write 1,000 headlines, make 1,000 cold calls, ship 1,000 lines of code, whatever it takes. You don't wait to feel ready. You don't wait for permission. You don't wait for the perfect market. You force the skill into the real world and let the market beat the weakness out of you. Then you monetize fast and ugly. You offer the service, sell the product, post the content, take the meetings, ship the work. Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to pay. First dollars are the hardest. They come slow, they come small, and they taste like blood and victory. But the second those dollars hit your account, something shifts. You're no longer a student, you're a player. The game is real now. While you stack the skill, you stack the cash the winner way. Live on 50% or less of everything you make. The rest goes straight into weapons, courses, tools, ads, investments, whatever accelerates the next level. Average men see money and spend it on comfort. Winners see money and buy freedom. 50% lifestyle, 50% war chest. That's the math that turns broke into wealthy in 1 calendar year. I've lived this cycle every time I had to rise from zero. Picked the skill, ate dirt for 60 days, forced the first sales, lived like a monk while the money rolled in, then reinvested every extra dollar into sharper blades. 6 months later, the income looked impossible to the old me. 12 months later, it was a different life entirely. Do it right, and by month 4 you're looking at a new reality. You wake up, hit the stack, work the skill, watch the money grow while you sleep. You're no longer trading hours for dollars. You're building a machine that prints them. That's the turning point where broke becomes a memory and winner becomes identity. So right now, today, pick the one skill that will carry you for the next decade. Write it in ink, burn every bridge to maybe later. Then attack it like a starving animal for the next 60 days straight. Ship ugly, get paid, stack every dollar, repeat. One skill, 60 days, 50% rule. That's the cheat code from broke to boss. Choose it now or stay average forever. You've stripped the garbage, locked in the stack, started stacking skills and cash. Now months 3 through 5 are where most guys quietly sabotage everything they just built. They get a little momentum, a little money, a little confidence, and suddenly they're comfortable flying solo again. Big mistake. This is the phase where you upgrade your circle or you stay broke forever, because who you surround yourself with is who you become. Average men think success is about what they know. Wrong. Success is about who they know and who they're forced to become just to keep up. Your income, your standards, your discipline, your entire future will never rise higher than the 5 people you spend the most time with. If those 5 are still complaining about Monday, leasing trucks they can't afford, and getting drunk every weekend, guess where you're headed? Right back to the life you just burned down. The fix is simple and brutal. Deliberately put yourself in rooms where you're the smallest, weakest, poorest guy there. Paid masterminds with men making 10 times what you make. Gyms full of beasts who make your lifts look like war. Mups. Events where the speakers are legends and the audience is hungry. You pay the entry fee, you show up early, you shut up, you listen, you take notes. You do whatever it takes to earn a seat at that table. I learned this the hard way. First time I walked into a room where every guy was a multimillionaire while I was scraping by, I wanted to disappear. My suit was cheap, my bank account was a joke, my confidence was paper thin. But I kept showing up. I asked the dumb questions. I carried bags if I had to. I made myself useful. 6 months later, those same men were investing in my deals, opening doors I couldn't have touched in 10 years alone. Proximity is the ultimate cheat code. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems, and the most powerful system is the people who won't let you be average. When you're around men who wake up at 4 a.m. like it's normal, you stop hitting snooze. When you're around guys closing 8-figure deals, you're 5. Figure problems start looking cute. When you're around beasts who treat failure like fuel, quitting stops being an option. Start this week. Find the room, pay the price, show up before anyone else and leave after everyone's gone. Take the ridicule, take the humility, take the ass kickings that come with being the weakest link. Because every minute in that room is rewiring your brain for what's possible. Every conversation is a shortcut you didn't have to earn the hard way. By month 5, you won't recognize your contacts list. The old crew faded out on their own. They couldn't handle the new standard. The new crew pulls you forward whether you feel like it or not. That's when the game changes forever. Your circle isn't a preference. It's your destiny. Upgrade it in the next 30 days or kiss your 6-month transformation. You've got the foundation, the stack, the skill, the circle. Now months 4 through 6 are where the whole plan either locks in forever or quietly dies in the dark. This is the part most guys skip because it feels scary, it feels arrogant, it feels like too much work. This is where you go public and turn thousands of strangers into the most ruthless accountability system on the planet. Starting today, you document everything. Every 5 a.m. way, up every rep, every cold call, every dollar stacked, every win, every ugly failure. You post it raw, YouTube, X, Instagram, whatever platform your future self will own. No filters, no fancy edits at first, just phone on a tripod, real talk, proof you're doing the work. You put your face, your numbers, your transformation on the line for the entire world to see. Most men stay small because nobody's watching. When it's just you and the mirror, quitting is easy. One bad day, one missed stack, one I'll start again Monday, and the whole thing collapses with zero consequences. But the second you go public, quitting stops being an option. 10 people watching turns into 100, turns into 1,000, turns into 10,000. Every single one of them is now invested in your story. They message you on the days you want to hide. They call you out when you slip. They celebrate when you win. That pressure is pure rocket fuel. I've seen it 1,000 times. The guy who posts day 1 looking soft, broke, and unsure, then posts day 90 looking like a different human. The comments become his alarm clock. The likes become his dopamine. The hate becomes his proof he's on the right track. 6 months later, he's got a new body, a new bank account, a new life, and a new army that won't let him go back even if he tried. Going public does 3 things no coach, no mastermind, no amount of willpower can do alone. First, it forces consistency. Skipping a day now means explaining to thousands why you failed. Second, it attracts opportunity. The right people start sliding into your DM with deals, partnerships, money you didn't have to chase. Third, it builds a brand that pays you while you sleep. The same content that keeps you accountable becomes the machine that funds the next level. Start simple. Day 1 video. I'm doing this 6-month plan to go from broke and average to winner by December 31, 2026. Follow or unfollow, your choice. Then show up every single day. No excuses, no days off. The camera doesn't care how you feel. The camera only cares that you did the work. By month 6 you won't need motivation anymore. You'll have an audience that demands the standard you set. You'll have proof in public that you're not the same man who started. And you'll have a business running in the background that grew while you grew. So today, before the sun goes down, you hit record, you post day 1, and you burn every bridge back to the old you. You hit day 183. 6 months exactly. You roll out of bed at 5 a.m. like you've done every single day since you started. But today feels different. You catch your reflection as you splash cold water on your face, and for a split second you don't recognize the man staring back. Harder eyes, sharper jaw, shoulders that fill the doorway, a quiet calm that wasn't there before. You open your banking app and the numbers make you laugh out loud because 6 months ago that balance was a joke. You scroll your phone and see thousands of men messaging you saying you changed their life, when the truth is they changed yours by never letting you quit. This is the moment you've been grinding for. Day 183, the day you look back and scare yourself. You pull up the first video you posted, day 1, soft around the edges, voice shaky, talking big but looking small. You watch 30 seconds and have to stop it because the difference is violent. That guy had dreams, you have results. That guy had excuses, you have systems. That guy was hoping to become someone, you became him, and the craziest part, you're just getting started. 6 months ago you were broke, average, stuck, surrounded by people going nowhere, living a life that felt like slow death. Today you've got a body that obeys, money that grows while you sleep, a circle that pulls you up instead of dragging you down, and an audience that holds you to a standard higher than you ever held yourself. You did what 99% of men only talk about. You crossed the line from consumer to creator, from dreamer to doer, from average to dangerous, and here's what nobody tells you until you get here. The old you looks pathetic from this side. Not in a hateful way, in a merciful way. You feel sorry for him. You want to reach back through time and shake him and say, brother, it was only 6 months. 6 months of pain for a lifetime of power. Why did you wait so long? Day 183 isn't the finish line. It's the starting line with rocket boosters. Now that you know what you're capable of when you stop negotiating with weakness, the next 6 months become terrifying in the best way. Because if you did this in half a year, imagine what you do in 2. Imagine 5, imagine 10. The man you'll be on day 3006. 150 doesn't even fit in the same universe as the guy who pressed record on day 1. So right now today, you take a new picture, a new video, a new post. You show the world what 6 months of no excuses looks like, You let the old you die publicly, so there's no chance of resurrection, and you make a new promise, not to them, but to the man in the mirror who finally earned your respect. 6 months from right now, another man is going to be watching this exact video, stuck where you were, looking for proof it's possible. Be that proof. Day 183 isn't the end. It's the day the old you dies and the real game begins.